Hello students, now we are going to start periodic properties. In the properties we will take mainly four properties. One is atomic size, second property will be taken ionization enthalpy, third property will be taken here is your electron gain enthalpy, and then we take one property more, electronegativity. In exam you get question frequently in these properties. So let us take first property taken as atomic size. First we take atomic size or atomic radii. Atomic size and atomic radii. Size और radii is same thing. Size का meaning यहाँ पे क्या होता है? Size का meaning होगा distance from center of the atom, that is nucleus, to the outermost electron. If it is taken free atoms. Otherwise, it can be taken when you take measurement of this atomic radii. We take three types. We have three methods or three types of measurement of atomic radii. Radii can be taken three types. What are three kind of radii in this atomic radii measurements? First can be taken here is covalent radius. First taken is covalent radius. Covalent radius क्या होता है? First we can take covalent radius. It can be taken in molecules which have covalent bonds. Now for measurement of covalent radius, we take atoms of same element. We will take the atoms of same element which are having covalent bonds. So in that case, how to take measurement of covalent radius? If I take a molecule, in molecule formation what happen? Overlapping of electron cloud, it is electron sharing. So if I just remove this portion, I write here one diagram more. This is the portion where the electron sharing is taking place. This part I am removing. So what happened? We take distance between center of two atoms. This distance I can write is d. The distance between center of two atoms. So in this case, what is covalent radius? It can be taken d by 2. So how we define this term covalent radius? How we define covalent radius? You can write definition. If you use the definition, it is half the distance. It is half the distance between center of two atoms. Center of two atoms having covalent bond. It is half the distance between centers of two atoms having covalent bonds. So actually what happens in covalent bonding? What is covalent bonding? Electron sharing. Electron sharing means some overlapping is there of the electron cloud. So atoms are slightly much closer. They don't remain exactly spherical. So this distance taken is d between center of two atoms. D by 2 will be taken as covalent radius of each atom. If I take, in this case, remember, we should have same atoms. If I take atom A only, both the atoms are taken of same element in a molecule. So that is what we can take covalent radius. I hope it is clear. Molecule have covalent bond, atoms are having covalent bond, then between the center of two atoms, distance taken d divided by 2. So it is half the distance between center of two atoms having covalent bond. It is called covalent radius. Are you clear? Now second radius can be called as metallic radius or crystal radius. Let us see next one. Now second taken is metallic radius. It is also called as crystal radius or crystal radius. Metallic radius or crystal radius. Now when you take metallic radius or crystal radius, in this case we assume the atoms to remain spherical and incompressible. Here atoms are spherical or remain spherical and incompressible. Incompressible. When they remain spherical, we take two atoms spherical in shape. distance between center taken is suppose taken d dash. This distance taken here. So in this case, what is metallic radius or crystal radius? It is d dash by 2. Now it is when it is observed, it happens in the metallic bonding. In the metallic bonding, the atoms remain spherical, incompressible. So between center of two atoms, distance suppose taken is d dash by 2 is taken metallic radius. So how we define this metallic radius? You can have definition. Clearest definition. It is half the distance between centers of two atoms having metallic bond. It is half the distance between centers of two atoms having metallic bond. So in metallic bonding, what happens? The atoms are remaining spherical, incompressible, no overlapping of the electron cloud. So in this case, if it is suppose same element, when we take measurement of covalent radius or metallic radius, they are slightly higher. That is taken metallic radius or also called them crystal radius. Now third can be taken van der Waals radius. Let us take third one. Third one taken is called as van der Waals radius. It is taken in gases. It is taken for gases. In gases, we can take separate molecules are taken for calculation of van der Waals radius. So how we define? We can take first definition, write down. It is half the distance between centers of two nearest atoms belonging to different molecules when molecules are closest, when they are closest. We can take one molecule here, suppose we take second molecule closest here. It is nucleus. We take two different molecules, we take atoms, two nearest atoms which belong to different molecules. I will take one atom here, between center the distance taken is how much here? If I write distance taken between the center of these two atoms is d double dash. So what can be taken in this case? Van der Waals radius d double dash by 2. We can have in this case van der Waals radius d double dash by 2. So that is called van der Waals radius. It is half the distance between center of two nearest atoms belonging to different molecules when they are closest. They normally come closest during collision times. So closest in any case when they are closest possible in that case. So now if you just compare, suppose we have a same element which can for same element we are measuring in one case covalent radius, second case metallic radius, and third case van der Waals radius. Then among three radius, can you tell which should be highest or what is order of three radii? So the radius order can be taken, the order of radii can be taken here. Maximum taken is van der Waals radius. It is maximum. Then next can be taken metallic radius. And then we can take covalent radius. Suppose it is same element we are measuring in one case van der Waals radius, second case metallic radius, and third case covalent radius. So we can take clearly that for same element van der Waals radius is maximum because the two atoms belong to different molecules, so they are definitely farthest possible. Whereas in covalent radius, if it is same molecule taken here, I can show the same molecule diagram here. Distance taken here to here, it is d. d by 2 can be taken what here? Covalent radius. So you can see clearly that covalent radius are minimum for same element taken, whereas van der Waals radius are maximum. When we take metallic radius, if the element is metal, then the radius of the metallic form is intermediate between that of the covalent radius. They are more than the covalent radius, but lower as compared to van der Waals radius. I hope it is clear. We can measure three kind of radius of the elements: covalent radius, metallic or van der Waals. In general, for the element, we take most commonly covalent radius. In other case, we can take metallic radius as well, but in some cases, we only can measure van der Waals radius. Where? Noble gases. In noble gases, they do not form covalent compounds. So in general, some cases only leaving xenon form some covalent compounds with highly oxidizing elements. So in that case, we are measuring only van der Waals radius. But in general, we can take this point here, and I hope it is clear. Now next point coming, ionic radius. When atom form ions, it is first we get three kind of radius in elements. Now if atoms can form ions, let us see next point. Now if we take measurement of ionic radius, in ionic radius measurements, when atoms can, atom form two kind of ions, cations or anions. If you take some atom, when lose electron from positive ions, so it is cation. Atom will gain electron from anions. So when we take size of atom, size of A atom is more compared to size of A plus ion, because in cation formation what happens? Atom lose electrons. So when atom lose electron, so they atom have less number of electrons and more protons in the nucleus. So in cations, the outermost shell electrons will have more attraction. When for the outermost shell electron attraction is increased, the size of the cation becomes smaller as compared to atom. When same atom, suppose we take electron from negative ions, anion formation, in anion what happens? The size of anion become more as compared to size of atom, because in anions the atom contain more number of electrons than the protons. More electrons means attraction will be less for the more electron by less number of protons. So when attraction become less, the size of the atom become bigger in anion formation. So size of anion is bigger as compared to size of the atom. So anion is bigger than atom, cation is smaller than atom. So when you compare the radius of the size, if I write directly, atom radius is r, it is bigger compared to r plus, and bigger r negative more than r or r plus both. So you can see clearly further that here, if the atom can lose more electron from cation of high positive charge, the size become smaller and smaller. If the atom have more and more positive charge, the size keep on decreasing, because more and more charge positive means for the electron more and more attraction by nucleus. More and more attraction by nucleus means size of the atom will contract. And anion size, if anions have more charge negative, so you can take this point here. If same element taken is here, if they have more and more or higher positive charge, the size decreases, and if they have higher and higher negative charge, the size increases. So in anions or cations of same element, it is first kind of question given to you in examinations. The size of anion, cation, how this will vary for the atoms. Now after taking ionic radius, next we can take isoelectronic atom or ions. For isoelectronic ions, the size depend only on the inversely proportional to, you can take radius for them is inversely proportional to effective nuclear charge only, or only atomic number. For isoelectronic ions means they have same number of electrons. When they contain same number of electrons, we call them isoelectronic ions or atoms. Now for isoelectronic ions, if you take calculation of Z effective, will be Z minus sigma. In isoelectronic means they have same number of electrons, so sigma will be same. When sigma will be same for all the isoelectronic species, then you can take atomic radius is only proportional to atomic number, because Z effective is proportional to Z only if sigma will be constant. So you get question on this topic in the exam frequently. Isoelectronic ions size comparison. Like if I take the example of ions taken N3 minus, O2 minus, F negative, Na plus, Mg plus 2, Al plus 3. Among them they give 4 ions commonly in examination to you. So if you compare the size of these ions, can you tell the order of radii of these ions? Okay. In this all the case they have what is atomic number first of the elements? 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13. And they contain how many number of electrons in each case? 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. All of them are isoelectronic species. So in isoelectronic species, you can see here is 7 protons are attracting 10 electrons. So the attraction will be less for the electron by the nucleus. Here 8 protons attract 10 electrons, 9 proton attract 10 electrons, 11 proton attract 10 electrons, 12 proton attract 10 electrons, or 13 proton attract 10 electrons. So you can see this point here. Okay, attraction for the less electrons are same, but in the nucleus we are increasing the number of protons with increasing atomic number. So attraction will be higher means size becomes smaller. So the order of radius of the ions will follow this one. That N3 negative ion size is largest, then oxide ion F negative, Na plus, Mg plus 2, and finally Al plus 3. The size will follow this order of the ionic radii. So for isoelectronic species, you got one point, very important point here, quite helpful to you in solving some questions in entrance. Isoelectronic species, the radius is only proportional to atomic number inversely. I hope it is clear. Now suppose a question given to you on ions comparison, like if I take suppose here P3 negative ion, sulfide ion and Cl negative ion. Can you tell the order of size of these ions? Again they are isoelectronic. Phosphorus, all of them, what is again Z taken here? 15, 16, 17. Electrons number in all the case 18. 15 plus 3, 18. 16 plus 2, 18. 18 electrons. So in this case size will depend on the atomic number inversely for the isoelectronic species. So I hope this point is clear. Now next we take next point, variation of atomic size and ionic size, especially atomic size on moving along the period or moving down the group. Let us see the point here. Now if we take size, the variation of atomic size, variation of atomic size, first we can take on moving along the period. See, on moving along the period, that is from left to right, what happens? On moving along the period from left to right, what happened to atomic size? Let us see this point here. देखिए, radius by the way is proportional to what here? You can take in general here expression wise, directly proportional to n square by z effective. If you can recall in Bohr's postulate we discussed earlier, the radius formula was 0.529 n square by z for single electron atom or ions, because sigma was 0, so z was same as z effective. But for multi-electron system, We take Z effective, so radius is directly proportional to n square and inversely proportional to Z effective. So what happens on moving along the period? See, on moving along the period, number of shells, that is n, remains constant. Number of shells, that is orbit number, remains same. And what happened to Z effective? Z effective increases. Effective nuclear charge increases on moving along the period. So when effective nuclear charge increases, n is constant, so what happens? Atomic size decreases. Atomic size decreases or decreases. If I take the values wise, data wise, I will explain to you the element taken of second period. If it is lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. For these elements, what can be taken? Atomic radii. If you take value of data here, data you can write down here. Now if you take data of covalent radius in picometer of the element of second period, it is moving, we are moving along the period from left to right. What happens? Number of shells are constant. Already explained to you. If you apply even Slater's rule, we can see easily that Z effective increases. When the Z effective increases, then for the outermost shell electron, attraction increases. When attraction increases, the size of element decreases. If you take the pattern, size of element is decreasing from here to here. But if it is taken neon, sizes you find its biggest. The reason is that for neon we cannot measure covalent radius. For the remaining element we have tried to take covalent radius, but for neon it is a noble gas, so we cannot take covalent radius. But for neon we can only measure van der Waals radius. We can only measure van der Waals radius. So for neon we are measuring only van der Waals radius. That's the reason for this case. Why for neon it has largest covalent radius. I hope you got this point. So for element taken here on moving along the period, size of element try to decrease. Reason क्या होता है? Shell same रहेंगे. Effective nuclear charge increases. Attraction for outermost shell electron increases. Attraction more means size of element try to decrease on moving along the period. Now let us take on moving down the group. What happens? Now if it is taken on moving down the group, what happens? In same group elements, in same group, on moving down the group, when you see here, number of shells increases. Number of shells, that is n, increases. Already I explained to you calculation wise that for such cases effective nuclear charge remains almost constant. Remains almost constant. So what happens when effective nuclear charge is almost constant but number of shells are increasing? So for the outermost shell electron attraction decrease. Attraction decrease means the atomic size increases on moving down the group. Already even on moving down the group. If we take some data taken here, group 1 elements, we take lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium. If I take for them radii in picometer, we can only take covalent radius in picometer. The values are given. Lithium is 123, already same taken. For sodium the value is 157. Potassium is 203 picometer, rubidium 215 picometer, and for cesium it is 235 picometer. So what actually happens here? The common logic is that number of shells are increasing. So increasing the number of shells, electron keep on moving away from nucleus. So away from nucleus means size of the atom increases with increasing number of shells, because in such case Z effective is almost constant. We have explained to this example by calculation using Slater's rule. Even without Slater's rule you can explain this point directly. देखिए Slater's rule आपके केवल अपने समझने के लिए है, एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछता है कि आप निकालो सिग्मा फिर शो करो Z effective, नहीं आपको चाहिए होता है, केवल आपको अपने अंडरस्टैंडिंग होता है. बट यू कैन सी कि it is a common pattern, it is general trend, it is always happening, not true. We have several cases where on moving down the group atomic radius are not increasing always, and several other cases where on moving along the period the size of element are not always increasing. Now to this point we can take some exceptions. Let us take some exceptions to this variation order. Now first exception can be taken on moving along the period. What is normally expected that on moving along the period the size of element try to decrease. If you take here on D block elements, it doesn't happen. In D block element what is actually observed here? If you just see the pattern here, the values here, it is we are moving along the period in the elements of 3D series. That is the element of 3D series in which the last electron enter 3D orbitals. So what happens in this case? If you take the size of atom, it is first decreasing up to middle. It is 162, 147, 134, 127, 126, and then you can see the value of atomic size. For the next few element, it is almost constant. For the next, you can take few element, the size is almost constant. In fact, here you can take here, size remain almost same. And for last 2-3 element, what happened to atomic size? It increases. For last 2 element or 2-3 element, size again increases. For last 2-3 elements, size of atom increases. Now can you explain this कि why it happens so? कि up to middle of series the size of atom decreases. For next few elements size is almost constant. For last 2-3 elements size again increases. This region can be explained in two terms. देखिए, we are moving along the period. So what happened? Z effective increases with increasing atomic number. So when Z effective increases, so what happens then? Attraction for electron increase. Then this factor try to decrease the size. This factor try to decrease the size of the element. At the same time, one thing more taken, sigma. What happened to sigma? It also increases, because in the d orbitals, when the electron filling take place, it happen in the penultimate shell. Penultimate क्या होता है कि इसमें क्या configuration आएगा? 3D 1 to 10, 4s 1 2 is configuration. हमारा outermost shell क्या होता है? ये हमारा outermost shell है 4th. तो यहाँ पे क्या हुआ? इसे बोलते हैं penultimate shell. 3 है एक कम, that is called penultimate shell. In penultimate shell, electron filling happens. So when we fill the electron in the inner core, then for the outermost shell electron attraction decreases. If for the outermost shell electron attraction decrease, then size of element try to increase. Now what happens? So anyway, when we move along the period with increasing electron in 3D orbitals, sigma increases, and when sigma increases, then the attraction for outermost electron decreases. Attraction for the outermost shell electron decreases. If the attraction for outermost shell electron decrease, then what happen? This factor try to increase the atomic size. This factor try to increase the atomic size. So you can see these two factors are variable, opposing in nature. दोनों बढ़ेंगे on moving along the period दोनों फैक्टर आपके बढ़ रहे हैं, यहाँ पर है, ये बढ़ रहा है, ये बढ़ रहा है, बट इसमें उनका इंपैक्ट क्या आ रहा है, अपोजिट इंपैक्ट आ रहा है। एक में क्या हो रहा है, साइज ऑफ एलिमेंट ट्राई टू डिक्रीज, और सेकंड में क्या आ रहा है, साइज ऑफ एलिमेंट ट्राई टू इंक्रीज बाय दिस वेरिएशन ऑफ इफेक्टिव न्यूक्लियर चार्ज एंड सिग्मा। समझ में आया पॉइंट, वाला नहीं आया? तो इफेक्टिव न्यूक्लियर चार्ज इंक्रीजेस, सिग्मा आल्सो इंक्रीजेस। अब होता क्या है इसमें, हाउ टू डिसाइड द पैटर्न और द वैल्यू वेरिएशन। देखिए इन द बिगिनिंग क्या हुआ आपका स्टार्टिंग में, व्हेन सबशेल D हैव लेस नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, 1 2 3 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, तो व्हेन सबशेल D कंटेन लेस इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, the factor dominating is what, effective nuclear charge. So up to middle of the series the factor dominating is effective nuclear charge. When we have this factor dominating over sigma, then size of element decreases. After what happen after that, after this, when subshell D will have sufficient number of electrons like 5 6 7 8, so what happen when subshell D will contain more and more electrons, then sigma will also increase, and then this sigma increases, it balance the effect of increased nuclear charge. Sigma increases balancing the effect of increased nuclear charge. इसको बैलेंस कर देगा तो क्या हुआ, these two factors are balanced. In the balance the size of element remains almost constant. And for last 2 3 element, when D subshell is almost filled, subshell D is almost filled, then what happen, this factor will dominate. Subshell D is fully filled means they have dominating shielding effect. When this will dominate, then size of element increases. So for last 2 3 element, when the subshell D is containing fully filled orbitals, then the size of element increase because of dominating shielding effect. It happens in all the D series element, 3D series, 4D series or 5D series element, same thing will happen. That on moving along the period, size of element first decrease up to middle, and for next few element size almost remain constant, and for last 1 2 element size increases. I hope it is clear. चलिए तो आगे चलते हैं, नेक्स्ट पॉइंट पे यहाँ पे आएगा हमारे पास, that is variation on moving along the period. In D block element, size of element do not decrease regularly. Now we can take exceptions also for moving down the group in D block elements. I'll first give data. From data we can explain this point to you. Now next exception can be taken on moving down the group. If you are moving down the group, we can take here again D block elements. It is 3D series elements. Now we take 4D series element and 5D series elements. After 3D we have 4D, means in this case it is group number taken 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. We already described right now कि on moving along the period, size of element decrease up to middle, then for next few element size is almost constant, and for last 2 3 element size increases. यहाँ भी same हो रहा है, up to middle size decreases, next few element size is almost constant, and for last 2 3 element size again increases. यहाँ भी same pattern है, decrease up to middle, constant and then increases. ये तीनों में common आपका हुआ, समझ में आया क्या होता है, because up to middle the factor dominating is effective nuclear charge. For last from middle of the series the two factors are balanced. Effective nuclear charge is balanced by increased shielding effect, and for last 1 2 element there is increase in the shielding effect, due to which the size of element increases. I hope you got this point. Clear हुआ आपको ये वाला point? Fine. Now next can be taken here after size increment of the elements. In the means size changing. Now when we take down the group, now what is happening on moving down the group, size of element should increase हो रहा है, कोई problem नहीं है, but if you take from here to here, the size of elements here are increasing, all series 127 139, you can compare the values, all of the case the size of element are increasing. But when we move from 4D to 5D series, on moving from 4D to 5D series, what is happening, the size of element is यहाँ बढ़ रहा है, but यहाँ पे क्या है, almost constant. Why it happens so? The reason is that before hafnium and after lanthanum, 57 atomic number of lanthanum, hafnium have 72 atomic number, we have 14 elements of lanthanide series. We have gap of 14 elements. We have lanthanide series elements from cerium atomic number 58 to lutetium atomic number 71. We have 14 elements of lanthanide series. In lanthanide series elements, the filling of electron take place in the anti-penultimate shell. Means if it is taken for this lanthanide element series, what is outermost electronic configuration? If you write here 4f 1 to 14 5d 01 6s 2 electrons are there. So if it is taken here, it is taken n, 5 become n minus 1 and 4 become n minus 2. So it is ultimate or outermost. N minus 1 is called penultimate. Penultimate. And n minus 2 is called anti-penultimate. Anti-penultimate. N is outermost. N minus 1 is penultimate. N minus 2 is called anti-penultimate. That term is used for the orbits. Now if it is taken here, before hafnium we have 14 elements of lanthanide series. What happen in these elements? In these elements, we can take elements which are causing this size variation bit differently. कैसे देखिए, moving from here to here size is almost constant. रीजन क्या होता है? शेल बढ़ेंगे, यहाँ पर साइज बढ़ना चाहिए बट साइज बढ़ नहीं रहा है, साइज ऑलमोस्ट सेम हो गया. इसका रीजन क्या होता है? lanthanide contraction. One term is used lanthanide contraction. What is meaning of lanthanide contraction? In lanthanide series elements, the size of atom decrease regularly. The reason is that in lanthanide series element, the filling of electron occur in the anti-penultimate shell f orbitals, which are having much more poor shielding effect. Due to which, for the outermost electron, attraction keep on increasing. So in this case, before hafnium we have 14 elements of lanthanide series in which the filling of electron occur in anti-penultimate shell f orbitals. Already explained to you that the f orbitals are having much more poor shielding effect. Reason क्या होता है? There are 3 nodal planes. They cannot shield the nucleus, cover the nucleus efficiently. The nodal plane through which effect of nucleus will pass more for the outermost electrons. If for the outermost shell electron attraction increases, size of element try to contract, size of element try to decrease. This increased nuclear charge will balance the effect of addition of extra shell. यहाँ shell बढ़ा आपका, फिर भी क्या आपका हो रहा है? यहाँ पर size almost same रह रहा है. क्यों रहता है? Because of f orbitals much more poor shielding effect. That the electron in the outermost shell, they experience more attraction, and that more attraction will balance the effect of addition of extra shell. For that reason, the size of element become almost constant in the given series elements. I hope you got this point. This is normally in short you can cause the word. It is because of lanthanide contraction. Fine. So that is variation. For same reasons you can take in some p block elements, size of element will not change, will not increase regularly on moving down the group. That will be discussed more when you take the p block elements in detail. But you can take sometimes because of lanthanide contraction or d or f orbitals, poor shielding effect on moving down the group, size of atom may not increase as expected. Especially you take group 13 elements. Group 13 element also same thing happens. So anyway, that is the exception to the size variation of the elements on moving down the group or along the period. Fine. Now let us take 2-3 questions on the concept and then we take next property, ionization enthalpy. Let us take first question here. Question को दिया है, which of the following species will have largest and the smallest size? आपको दिया है magnesium +2, Al plus 3, and also with the order of size of the species. Give the order of size of all the species. So try this question yourself. Now coming on solution part. To solve this question, देखिए, when it is taken compared to atoms, the ions will have size much smaller. So when it is taken here, size of magnesium is much bigger than magnesium plus 2, and size of Al is much bigger than Al plus 3, because they have extra shells. When these atoms will convert to ions, one entire shell is lost. So compared to this atom or this atom, both the ions will have smaller size. And when we compare magnesium plus 2 and Al plus 3, they become isoelectronic. They are isoelectronic, they contain same number of electrons. Then for isoelectronic species, the order of size of ions will follow this pattern. Magnesium plus 2 ion is much bigger than Al plus 3. Magnesium plus 2 ion is bigger compared to Al plus 3. समझना है क्यों है? Isoelectronic है, atomic number higher, attraction more, size smaller. Now next can be taken order of all the size of all the atoms. So when it is clear, now in the two atom taken here, on moving along the period, the size of atom decreases. So magnesium is bigger than Al, which is bigger than Mg plus 2, bigger compared to Al plus 3. Become the complete order of size of the ions, atom or ion together. So I hope it's clear. It is because of moving along the period, size of the element decreases. So compared to magnesium, Al has smaller size and ions will have this pattern. Okay. Right. Next question now. You can arrange the following in order of decreasing radii. In order of decreasing radii. आपका बिट A दिया है, F नेगेटिव आयन, ऑक्साइड आयन, N3 नेगेटिव आयन, सल्फाइड आयन. B दिया है P फॉस्फोरस, सिलिकॉन, कार्बन, नाइट्रोजन. C दिया है आयोडीन, I प्लस, I माइनस. D दिया है F माइनस, O माइनस. So try this question yourself. Now coming on solution part of this question. To solve this question, you can take bit A. देखिए पहले में क्या है? If you compare F negative ion, means आपका आंसर क्या आएगा इसमें? F negative N3 negative ion is bigger than oxide ion, bigger than F negative. Why? Because they are isoelectronic species. They are isoelectronic species, but they have less number of shells. In sulfide ion, size is much bigger, because in sulfide ion they have extra shell. It have configuration up to 2p6, but it have configuration 3p6. एक पूरा शेल एक्स्ट्रा होगा, उससे क्या होगा? साइज ऑफ सल्फाइड आयन बिकम बिगर देन द साइज ऑफ द गिवन ऑल द आयंस. समझ में आया? नाउ बिट बी. नाउ देयर एटम्स, देयर द एटम ऑफ थर्ड पीरियड एंड एटम ऑफ सेकंड पीरियड. तो एटम ऑफ फॉर द एलिमेंट ऑफ थर्ड पीरियड हैव एक्स्ट्रा शेल, so size is bigger than the element of the second period. And in this case, phosphorus and silicon, atomic number is higher for phosphorus than silicon. After silicon we will have phosphorus. So moving along the period, size of atom decreases. So phosphorus is smaller than silicon. And for in these two elements, carbon is bigger as compared to nitrogen, because again moving along the period, size decrease. Then bit C, I plus and I minus. As compared to iodine atom, I plus will have smaller size and I negative have larger size. Bit D. Now in bit D you have to just be more careful. When it is taken F negative or O negative, F or O, atoms will have smaller size compared to ions taken here, because they don't differ much in the size of the atoms F or O, or F negative and O negative for same region. Now F negative, O negative is bigger than F negative, because it have less atomic number, it have more atomic number, for that reason Z is higher. And we take O or F is smaller than the oxygen atom. Anions are bigger as compared to atoms, so the order will follow this pattern, this trend in the ions. So I hope it's clear. So when this kind of question given, just be careful. Okay, do the element are having same configuration? Are they isoelectronic? Do they belong to same group or same period? Or are they belonging to different group and different periods? And then apply that logic, and then you can get the answer. So it is the taken our first property taken, atomic size, ionic size, variation. On this you get question frequently in your different entrance examinations. Fine. Let us take next property taken here is ionization enthalpy.